The best podcast in the world.
Yeah.
Episode number 7.
Jason Witten, 82.
That's my only one. That's my only one for the day. That's my only one for the day, John. That's my only. Sky, you caught it. You caught that.
Hey, folks. I feel like when it's time for you to go, just got to drop the Stone Cold music and let you go.
Yeah.
Hey, episode Jason Witten, number 82. John Machota, Law Nation, Skywalker Still. It's just something different when we all in our boxes. We're ready to go. There's a lot to talk about. But before we do, fellas, how was your holiday? We're not gonna get just straight to the talk. Everybody had a good holiday.
Yeah, man. It was all about letting the kids, the little ones, open up their gifts and thinking that I'm a Superman. You know what I mean?
You right about that, Law. That's the best part for me. My wife always asks me, "What you want for Chris?" I don't want nothing. Watching y'all open the gifts and all that stuff is it for me, man.
Yeah, but I got my drawers and socks though for Christmas.
Oh, I did. It's funny. I did say that jokingly, but I was like, I just bought some new ones, so I ain't ready.
I'm gonna tell you, hey, three things that always go missing in the house: forks, don't know where they go.
Right?
Why? I swear.
Sky, what do they do with forks in the house, John?
The house eats.
I was thinking socks are worse than that.
Socks next, John.
Yeah,
and drawers. I mean,
you're right. And when you wash your socks, man, like who be stealing them, man, in the washing machine?
I think the machine.
Like,
how? I think the machine. There's a compartment where they're going. Yeah, I think that's what it's doing.
Yeah, I watched too many Pixar movies. I feel like there's like a little sock monster behind the machine. They build a whole sock family or something. Like, it's crazy.
So we got a loaded show for today. Like I said, everybody's in the screen. I got some high level thoughts, man. But before we get started, we're gonna start with Brunts on the ground with John Machota. A lot going on down there. It's so funny, man. Only the Cowboys can be out of the playoffs. And still, there they go. Oh, those are nice, Law.
You gotta send me the link with them Black Jones that you showed me. I need them.
You see how this part get dirty.
Those are fancy. You can't be
fancy.
You can't be shoveling the snow in those.
Right.
I've been wearing mine, walking my dog out here in this 9-degree weather with the wind cutting.
Well, it was 85 the other day. Now it was like 32. Dallas,
man, you ain't never gonna have to wear those in Texas.
No, Scott, he in Pennsylvania. It's freezing.
Freezing right now, bro.
It's freezing in Maryland. John, what's going on down there, man? Talk to us.
I mean, I think I just got to pick up where I went before with the show going. Hey, in your DMs, if you're on X,
yes,
do not click on any links that anybody sends you. I don't care if you know the person, whatever. These things have been shutting down some of the people in the business. It's hit some people pretty hard, and they've been out on X for a while here because of clicking on a link because of to support someone's podcast and things like that. I'm just giving you a heads up, and maybe it goes beyond X, and maybe it goes to other social media accounts, but like just be real careful in your DMs on these links being sent out and click on them because I think it's leading to a lot of viruses, and the people I'm talking about that are affected by this are not getting their accounts back up anytime soon. So that's my first heads up on that. Just a little public service announcement for anybody out there.
It's a great one, John.
Biggest one by far is Trayvon Diggs being waived today. A lot of stories going on about why it happened today. Cowboys are saying it's a mutual parting of the ways, that, it's just not one thing, as we've talked about over the last probably month or so. It's not just the play on the field. It's not just the injuries. It's all of that. But then it's also off the field, obviously the concussion at home. This has been adding up. You go back to training camp. Before training camp, Trayvon rehabbing on his own, not at the facility. So these things have been adding up. There are stories out there about Trayvon staying in D.C. when we were just up there for the Christmas Day game instead of coming back with the team. And that very well could be what was the final straw. And so for me, it's a surprise it happened right now, but it's not a surprise that Trayvon Diggs is not going to be on the Cowboys in 2026. I did not think that was happening at all. There was obviously things that salary-wise, all of his guaranteed money has been paid. And so with him being now a pre-June 1 cut. Now it costs them about $6 million in dead cap. Next year it's like 5.8. So it's not terrible. And I go back to, even with Trayvon Diggs, you are going to need to spend a significant something, whether it's a first round pick, free agency trade, or something, add another corner. So you got to still do that right now. I think corner right now is still number 2 for me. Pass rusher is number 1 on needs, but corner is certainly number 2 now with Deron Bland having the season-ending foot injury. Obviously, Savon Ravel will be in that mix too, but they need another starting caliber corner, probably one that they draft in the first round. But in terms of this move, like, there's just nothing else that's happening right now with them being eliminated from the playoffs that's as close to this. And so because it's the Cowboys, of course, people have the conspiracy theory of, because there's nothing going on, that's why they're doing this right now. I don't believe that to be the case.
No.
But it is the Cowboys, so I always leave a 1% chance for everything, because it's not really even a Cowboys thing. It's because Jerry Jones is involved, and he'll always do some things that you're just like, okay, that's a little different. But anyway, I think that's the biggest one. Of course, Jerry talked on the radio this morning, tried to put out there that Matt Eberflus isn't all to blame by himself. There's other things, and that's nice of Jerry. That doesn't change any beliefs that I have that they will not, that they will be going in another direction at defensive coordinator. It might not be the next day. It might take them a few days, but I just don't see a world where Matt Eberflus is back as DC, regardless of what Jerry says today, Friday, Sunday after the game. And regardless of how the team plays, I just don't see how that happens.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about Dak before we really pull back the curtains on Diggs, John?
No, we're here.
Yeah, we can talk about Dak real quick.
Right before you go to the Dak Prescott part, John, about you being in the media and all of those good things, man, what a bad day for the Diggs. And that 1% chance of things of like happening out of the blue.
Day,
what are the odds of all of that cracking down on today? And the lead is going to be for this weekend will be the Diggs, and it's going to circle back with the Cowboys. I think that the Cowboys, all through the last game of the season into the playoffs, will figure out ways to steal headlines. It's just how it is, organically speaking, by the way. But go ahead.
Well, I think Stefan's situation is,
that's more serious.
Yeah, when I read his law, that ain't. The Patriots may want to shut him down. Sadly,
I'm a little fascinated from the Trayvon one about just where he ends up. I think there's a chance he could be Foot's neighbor one of these days, being from the DMV. I mean, Dan Quinn's there. There are things that make sense there.
Yeah.
So I would say that'd be very high on the list. And then Green Bay, obviously, because of Micah, and if the Packers want him, I could see. And the news came out today that Trayvon had said, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, that he had gotten rid of his agent. And then the news came out today that now he's joining up with David Mulugeta, who obviously represents Micah as well. So I just think that those two are the far favorite in there. But let's also be honest, like it's been a little bit of time since Trayvon's played at a super high level. And so he's got to show that as well. Forget anything off the field or any of that stuff, just on the field. And certainly it'll be one of those things where he'll want to go somewhere that's going to be in more of a man system that obviously favors him. Right. I saw, in the chat mentioned Chicago's another one with, as long as Al Harris is still there, wherever Al Harris is, that makes a lot of sense. Obviously play well under him, but I haven't followed, just to be honest with you today, I've been doing some art stuff. I haven't followed the Stefan thing as close. I mean, I saw the headlines about it, but I don't know if it's going to impact him in terms of missing playoff games or anything like that. I would think that if there's any type of legal stuff that they would push it till after the postseason, but I don't think that.
I think initially, John, not to cut you off, initially it was one of those situations where it's like, it's just a thing. But what happens is once they start leaking those texts. So like the NFL is very reactionary like that. And we know that social media does affect the league, right?
But they haven't suspended anybody on the spot for nothing like that in a while.
No, they haven't.
I don't know how you guys keep this chat open. I just can't even look at it.
You can't.
You said it.
We're veterans at this level.
Yeah, I don't. If I look over there, John, I'll get.
Can't.
So, but no, with Steph, the only thing is the allegations of the domestic and the allegedly choking his chef, and it's a female. You just got to be. That's a dangerous, slippery slope.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
don't
Oh,
think
see,
it
I didn't even
affect-
hear the chef part or any of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
I don't think
I
it'll
didn't even know
affect
that.
the playoffs, but like John said, I think after the fact, then it'll be serious because the Patriots already came out and said they're backing them. So unless something else comes out and the Patriots decide to shut them down from
I
the
wonder-
Patriots,
I
I don't think the
I,
league can do it though.
I wonder if a video came out or something like that. Then if they, because remember the Ray Rice, the
Well,
video, all that.
Yeah, that will change everything. If he's on video choking somebody, that's
Regardless of it, you know,
regardless of it.
foreplay with them, you know.
On the Diggs, I know y'all trying to move on, but you
No,
had
I
said-
wasn't. We can stay here, Scott. That's fine.
Well, it wasn't even really about Diggs because John had mentioned, like, I don't know if anything's bigger. The funny thing is, Diggs being cut is not even big news to me. It's the drama surrounding it that makes this a bit more of a thing. Something bigger than that to me, Logan Wilson situation. Like, what the bro? How does that happen? Like, so I was thinking about this coming into the show.
Oh God.
And I was thinking about Diggs, and I went back like, but didn't something else just happen? Logan Wilson.
Yeah,
And then
Logan and them.
something else just. I said, wait, the whole entire 2025 has been nothing but a shit show. I mean, I know that you might be saying, well, Sky, it's always. I'm like, yeah, you're right. It's always a circus for sure. But I'm like, wait, the McCarthy thing, getting the coach, and then the Micah, a free agency, and then everything it's been a shit show. And so this is like a cherry on top of the shit show.
Mm-hmm.
And so like it doesn't shock me that he's cut, right? It doesn't shock me the Cowboys are moving on. The drama around it, I just have to chuckle, and maybe we'll talk more about it if we want to. But the Logan Wilson thing gets buried, and I think that is such a bigger deal that you plan to have him play, and everybody's dumbfounded, even the owner of why he didn't play. Logan Wilson's dumbfounded. Schottenheimer comes out and says, "Oh well, I thought everybody was eating chips, man. We were supposed to have him out there. I don't know. That's on us." And then Eberflus has tomorrow he'll talk. I'm curious to hear what he has to say, because how do you F that up?
All right, I'll just shoot from the hip there and just put together my own perspective. Not saying I'm not reporting this, because obviously if I was, I would have tweeted this out or I would have written about it. But just my whole thing when I piece all of that together, it sounds like there's a lot of coaches and Jerry that are just putting that out there because it's like kind of a trying to get to the bottom of how you got a concussion at home, and no one's giving you a straight story. And so people are speculating. But if you just look at the optics of it, to not play a single snap certainly seems like it was Matt Eberflus going like, yeah, dude, I'm going down with the ship. Murray's my guy. He's playing every single snap. That's the way that this is going. You don't just forget. You don't go into the second quarter and be like, oh wait, Shotty.
Yeah.
Where's Javonte Williams? We haven't played him. He's our leading rusher. Oh, that's right. Get Javonte in there, guys. Like, come on. Like, here's the other part about it. This isn't even college football. Like pro football, there's 46 guys active on game day. It's hard to forget. There's not many forgettable guys. It kind of ties in with the whole Dak thing of like, you got to be careful about who's active in these games, because there's not a lot of spots to just be like, he's going to be active, but he's not playing. Like, there's not a lot of open spots for that. These guys come in these games with like 7 offensive linemen. That means like 2 offensive linemen go down and you're already in like a really tough spot. So I don't believe the whole like, oh, you know what? Who's the, what's the meme with, it's Drake and somebody when he's like looking at that computer screen. Like,
yeah.
Who's he with? Is it?
It was with one of the producers. Maybe that was Young Thug.
Okay. But that's what I thought of when I was just like, oh yeah, we just forgot it was a misunderstanding. Yeah, that's what it was. Like, I'm sorry. Anybody wants to believe that, believe it. Those are the words they're saying. We should take it. I'm just saying, for me, when I see the optics of it, I'm like, that works on 5 snaps to 10, maybe.
Right.
On it all? Okay.
While this is the cherry on top, or not the cherry on top, the straw that broke the camel's back for Diggs, I definitely think that is a straw that will break the camel's back for Eberflus. It was already written, right? But when he goes out for the 3rd or 4th week in a row, Jerry, that is, and says, I don't know what's going on. And John, you know this. Jerry usually knows, because he might only be in those meetings for 10, 15 minutes. But he wants to know. Give me the report. What did you talk about? I'll sit in there to know what y'all talking about, or tell me so I can know what to talk about on the radio. He went on the radio now multiple weeks. It's like I don't know what's going on over there, man.
Don't know what's going on.
What the hell? So when you are defying probably what he prefers, because he said you made Jerry look dumb a couple days ago. Logan Wilson's going to play a lot. 3 days later, Logan Wilson plays nothing.
Yeah. Now I think for sure it's sandbagging.
Wrap.
It's a wrap for him.
It's over, bro. You should have just stayed in DC with Trayvon. I don't know what else to do.
Now, before the show started, I was thinking that maybe there was a little alleyway for Matt Eberflus to still be involved next season due to this particular fact that you got rid of Trayvon Diggs and you didn't allow the new coach, whoever it will be, to at least see him. What would be the rush of absolutely canning Trayvon Diggs unless you have somebody in-house saying, hey, I want to cut off all of the cancer here. Trust me, I can coach this team.
Brother,
get my product.
Trayvon Diggs ain't the reason your defense is so trash this year.
It's that the way everybody's playing.
Right.
That the fact that nobody is playing.
The next coach would have saw Trayvon on the way out the door. That's what it would have been.
And I'm telling you, my bar is so low for the defense. Like my expectations are ridiculously low. Like all you had to do after the Quinn and Williams thing is just kind of stay on that plane after that trade, and you win those 3 games and just look like, hey, still not a great defense, but you see some things. These last few weeks, like I'm sorry, you bring him back, you are unserious people.
Yeah. Man, it's just.
I mean, because what's the argument? If you bring him back, it's to, get players that better fit his scheme.
Continuity.
Yeah.
What are you trying to carry over? I don't get that idea. Like, what's the big positive that they've brought that you're like, yeah, but what about what are you missing out on if you go in another direction? What are you losing? Continuity to bad play? I'm at a loss on that.
Wasn't it you and Foots who talked about the thought of him changing as a person because of what he went through in Chicago? I think that might be bigger than we realize, because he was not a terrible defensive coordinator. Right. He wasn't one of the top 5, maybe top 12, right? He wasn't like, man, you got to have an Eberflus. It was like, Eberflus, we could work with that. But now he's terrible. And not only has he been terrible as a coordinator, he's been terrible as a player's coach. And at some point in time, there's got to be somebody that vouches for you. No lie, John, you don't have to, if this is off the record, but how many players are you're listening in the locker room, you're around the building, people are like, nah, man, that's my guy, man. No, we're gonna do this. We're gonna fight for Flus. We don't like what we're hearing. I heard it a lot with Quinn and Zim and things like that, but I've heard a peep about that.
No, there isn't a player I can think of on the team where I would be like, I would say Kenneth Murray. He hasn't spoken about it publicly, but I would think with the playing time he gets, he must be a fan.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then the other thing for me too, I keep going back to, because obviously when I write about this, I always feel that you have to include in every story that no favors were done when they traded Micah Parsons a week before the season.
True that.
But every week that's been going on for the last, really since the Quinn and Williams trade, the more and I know I mentioned this to you guys earlier in the season when everything was going poorly, but the more it goes on and how bad it looks, you're lying to yourself if you think that would have been a positive of Micah around for Matt Eberflus. Because I think he would have been podcasting a lot of this stuff where we wouldn't even be speculating right now. We'd be like, oh my God, did you just hear what Micah said? Like, this is so bad. Because Micah said some stuff like that about Dan Quinn and loves Dan Quinn. So what would he have said about Matt Eberflus during this thing? Because I also believe firmly that if he comes back with the Cowboys, he's still doing the podcast. But
I think if Micah's here, there's a chance if everything was hunky dory with the front office, right?
So there's a fist fight on the sideline. No, I'm kidding.
No, they would have fired Flus.
Yeah.
They would have fired.
Here's the other thing. You could tell Diggs never got along with the whole idea of it. And I don't know that Deron Bland or any of the corners really necessarily loved it. So I don't want to just make this about Diggs. But when things start going south and Diggs is kind of against what they're doing, and him and Micah were as tight as anybody, I find it very hard to believe that they're not going to be kind of doing their thing even more.
Yeah.
And while don't get me wrong, like Micah's a beast. If he's healthy, he's putting up monster sack numbers. So that would be there. And maybe there is a single other win or something. But I'm just telling you right now, I can't rule out that it wouldn't have been worse. Where it just totally causes issues behind the scenes.
I think they would have fired him because if you would have nerfed Micah would have been vocal about it. And then if you see it really nerfing him, there's no way Jerry would say, I paid him all the money I paid him and you're nerfing him.
That's a good point too.
Absolutely
with the new
not.
contract.
You're out of here, dude.
Yep.
Yeah. So few things. There's the Matt Eberflus part of this. There's the Diggs part of this. And then there's the Brian Schottenheimer part of this. And like listening to you talk, John, reason why I think it happened to Diggs now is because he's just been too defiant. Like you at this point have to read the room. Listen, people are gonna push you dunk on Diggs. I did say his movement scared me, and I wish. Listen to Law. If he wasn't healthy, I would have rather him just sit the whole year versus like the saga. And it's been you didn't want to work out with the team. You went to work out with your boy. You came back. You were ready. Remember, John, we were starting the year. It's like, whoa, Diggs could possibly play. And he's playing a few snaps, but if he wasn't ready, because when you see him actually play football, he doesn't look the same. But that's one thing. Cool. But I think now Shotty has given us Easter eggs on, man, when he does things the right way, he can play. That's the head coach part. And there is some truth to, I'm sure, him wanting to fly back and do what he wants to do. And at the end of the day, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, head coach, as the head coach keeping the team together, Shotty had to look at this and say, bro, I'm a player's coach. There isn't one more than Shotty, and it's not fake. And I have questions at times about his offense. That's just because I'm an offensive coordinator guy, and I like to nitpick. But he's done a great job. But I do like that he's staying consistent with Jalen Blue. You're not doing your job. You're not playing. Diggs, you think you're gonna just stay here? I don't care. You're not playing. And I think that Shotty went and when they had their meeting and said, bro, let's do it. He's out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The thing for me that I wonder about the bad play, like with obviously he prefers to play man to zone in that. And I mean, obviously to be in the NFL, you're most likely a younger dude. Like, I mean, you have to be really good, obviously playing in your 30s, but let's say as a younger guy. So I don't want to sit here at 43 and talk like, cause I don't know how I would handle it at 25 or 26, 27, whatever. But like, there's a part of me where I'm like, I wouldn't even be defiant about that. I know I'm out at the end of the year. I have all this tape.
Right.
Me and my agent will explain this to everybody of why this didn't work out. And that's what's ultimately going to matter. So I bring that up to say that I do think also with Trayvon, there's a part of him that he sees what is being put out there.
Right.
He sees what's being tweeted. He sees what people are saying and stuff like that. And so I think that there's a lot about that where he wants to kind of defend himself, and it's tough to take the high road. That's why I'm emphasizing me saying this at 43 is much different when you're younger like that of the social media era. But there is a part of me where I'm just like, man, just do your job. And these other teams, they will know. You think you're taking your tape from this Cowboys defense to any other team, and they're not going, yeah, I don't know what that guy was doing with you guys. That's bad. I mean, you had the number one offense in the league, and you didn't make the playoffs. Like, this is bad, guys.
It's out there. And
Nahshon Wright leaves, DeMarcus Lawrence leaves, everybody's balling. Like, I'm telling you, you'd be fine. You'll find work. You know,
J. Lou, everybody. Yeah,
right,
Micah. I mean, they all.
I mean, listen, bro. I'm listening, and this is what I try to tell young players all the time. And like you said, John, I feel like now I'm this older statesman. Like, hey, Diggs, I love you. You can't do what Micah can do. I'm 100%. Just sorry. Like,
Micah can stay in DC. Micah can stay in DC. Don't be mad at him or whatever.
There's a real pecking order.
He wouldn't have did that though.
But regardless, guys, you know that Diggs can't. You don't like Micah is from the moment he walked on the Cowboys football field, he was an All-Pro. Love you, Diggs. 2021 was 4 years ago, and I don't want to dunk on him, but it's like, bro, you can't do that. You can't say cover 2, cover 3. Now, regardless, Eberflus is going to get fired. But brother, you asked to play man. There are man reps of you looking bad. Game in, game out. This is you, mano y mano. Don't blame that on the coordinator. That's you, mano y mano.
Really about being bad, man. Because this whole defense is bad. In fact, there's players out there that's been worse than Trayvon Diggs.
No, facts. But you paid him. You paid him.
It don't matter about money. Yes, it do, brother. He's trash. Murray's the highest. He's like the third highest paid defender on the team right now. Trash.
You
got first round picks. Trash.
He got that guaranteed money.
Just the about that. Let me tell you why it ain't just about that.
You got to be a professional, though, bro.
I just said, you got a bunch of players out there that have been terrible. I mean, God awful, but they're showing up. They're being good teammates. They're locked in the meeting rooms. They're on the plane going back home. They're doing everything else. So you could have been bad. Yeah, and still been on this team and still been out there playing.
Oh, yeah, okay. So
you've been locked in. So, like, even if so, that's why I was like, yeah, that's part of it. But I think John started it off with, it's beyond just a play and this. And so many things have added up. And I want to go back to the point that John, something that he said about someone was, it was you, Foots. I feel like Shotty, if Shotty is part of making the call on Diggs, that's easy call. That's an easy call on Diggs because this is something that has been festering before Shotty was even a head coach. This has been festering with the front office for 2.5 to 3 years. So this is an easy call. If it is even Shotty's call, you understand? I'm sure the front office probably went to Shotty and said, hey, look, this is what we're thinking about doing. He's like, you know what? Hell yeah. He don't want to come back on the plane. This is what you guys want to do. Fine. But I don't think like the Shotty part of it, I'm with you in the sense that he's trying to develop his own culture. But Diggs is easy. Let it be George Pickens. And I want to see what you do there. Let it be, you know what I'm saying? But Diggs is too easy.
See, and this is where we don't disagree. Reason why I say it's Shotty is because he's been giving us Easter eggs that, like, there was one press conference Shotty came out and said he has to do the right things, and Trayvon has to make that decision, and this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? So that, I guess that's where I'm at with this guy. I do see what you're saying because we know that this front office likes to have their hands literally in everything. But I feel like the consistency is there. Now, to everybody who will say everybody on the defense is playing bad, 1,000%.
Yep.
I'm also at a mindset, bro. Like,
that's not players. I'm sorry. When everyone's bad, that's not players. I'm sorry. Like, it's on some.
No. I agree with you, John. I agree with you to this point, though.
To look good.
I agree with you to this point, though. Yes, it's not. But Diggs, bro. To me, this is just me. Guys are still going out there trying. It looks like, and this was from early in the season, he was not trying. Malik Neighbors ran right past him. I came on the show, talked about it. People like, Fuss, you hating on Neighbors? You hating on Diggs? No, I'm not. Then
was Elam trying?
I got Elam out of this.
I think effort issues with the defense this year. It was just bad and confused and lost. I hardly ever came out of the tape like, man, they're not giving effort. It just looked like they were bad.
You know the play that really bothered me, and I just said, man, that catch to Roma Dunze, I just can't get that out of my mind.
When he did the fencing,
and Sky, he did slip, but it's like, dang, bro.
No, I'm saying that's the play you're talking about, right?
Yeah, that was the play. That play to me was just like, I don't know, bro. Like,
he shouldn't have been out there.
Maybe Law, and maybe because you know what, John is right. John hit it on the head. Diggs is one of these people who reads what Law tweets. I'm pretty sure if Sky has a tweet about Diggs, I know he reads he's heard what I've said. I know that for a fact. But it's my job I'm gonna be objective. There was no bigger cheerleader for Diggs than me. But I'm also just like, what's really going on? And Law, you hit it. If you're not healthy, bro, then guess what? Don't play. But you can't. What he did was, man, it's the front. I don't like training with, because John. And now, if I'm wrong, stop me. Did he not like doing rehab with the Cowboys, or was that to just come out of thin air?
No, he did. He wanted to rehab with his own guys.
Yeah.
So now it's gonna look crazy that you're a miracle. It's a miracle that you're healthy. You're healthy now, and then you're not. Then you get hurt at home. We haven't even talked about the injury at home.
I just think that overall, man, whatever Diggs go, I think that he probably bounced back. I just don't, and I get it. I know most people will say that he won because of the way he had his interaction with the Cowboys, but it's been sullied since 2023.
Yep.
That's a long time to carry that weight, of wanting to get back out there on the field. But when he was ultimately healthy against the Giants and the Jets, of course, he played lights out. And that was the last time he was healthy.
Yeah. Then,
that's a lot of years ago too, man.
Let me somebody who just asked the difference between if that was George Pickens or Diggs. Was that you, John, or was that
No, I was saying it's a low hanging fruit if Diggs As that at this point, the writing's on the wall. But if kids come to you and say, you know what, Coach, I'm staying in DC. Ooh, this is going to get. Now I'm really interested to see what Coach does. But Diggs, whatever, he's getting cut anyway.
Yeah, I think the writing it's such a messed up situation. You know what?
Symbolic example, by the way.
No. You good, Scott? I think because it's funny, Scott. Somebody wrote on Twitter and said, "Man, we don't get to see Foots and Scott argue about Diggs anymore." I said, "Well, I was like, well, I don't think Scott necessarily argues. He's just trying to keep me focused on what we're talking about." And it was the same thing today. Here's the truth. I would never kick a guy when they're down. Bro. And first of all, Diggs was compensated well. He's good. Trust me.
Yeah, 97 million, man. He's good.
Man, he's fine. He's doing a lot better than me, bro. Hey, football and for us all, my boy.
Just give me the 7 million, Diggs.
I'm gonna say this, John. I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
And I want to stir some things up here. We got to do it. Do we trust this front office to not only make the right decision? Scott, because I really been doing like some thinking. Like,
what's your point?
I would have been doing some thinking, John Machota, and maybe we need to hit this after the break. Man, you paying for some of them misses, bro. You are paying a hefty cost, John Machota. Paying for Kelvin Joseph. You paying for Sam Williams. You paying for. I mean, the list. I don't even want to say his name.
It's a long list, man. It's a long list.
It's one person name. I'm not even gonna say out of respect, but you're paying. And when I say respect, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're paying. And so now, John, the process, right? I'm a big process guy. Whose idea was it to bring in Matt Eberflus again?
Jones.
Honestly,
we got to get down to that.
I don't have any issue with them hiring Matt Eberflus. That's why I'm being completely honest on all of this.
But John,
I am the last guy. I've been doing this too long. I hate when people do the whole hindsight thing. I don't got time to dig up your hot take from when they were hired, but I'm going to tell you this right now. I remember it very well. There was nobody yelling about how there was way more noise like that on Mike Nolan in 2020 when he was being named but you were like, hey, he knows McCarthy. He's got a head coaching. But with Eberflus, no, there was nobody that was like that. Now, run it back with him for a second year? Yeah, no, that's some serious.
That'd be insane.
So, Machota, can I ask you a question?
Honestly, there's more questions about hiring Brian Schottenheimer at the time as a first-time head coach than making Matt Eberflus the DC. If you really roll yourself back to that timing, obviously Schottenheimer's done a better job. Yeah. But if you roll it back to that timing, you are the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah. You would think Dallas Cowboys get Mike Vrabel, Ben Johnson type guy. They go with Schottenheimer. That one was more surprising than Eberflus. But now that we've seen a full season, then it's there for you. The foolishness part would be let's see what we can do in a year or two.
John, you got your life on the line, and it's the choice between the 2020 Cowboys defense to save you or the 2025. Which one saved you?
We did
2020 easy.
Yeah. 2020.
It's not even close.
Mike Nolan is better than Matt Eberflus, and that's crazy.
He's not. He's not. But that year, yes, because they were top 10 in turnovers at the very least.
Yeah.
Then you had on that.
Yeah. This is the worst defense that in my 15 years covering the team. Like I don't feel great about anything, and that for me sucks because I really thought the Quentin Williams move when they made that, I'm like, this is going to fix so much stuff. And they're going to, again, never thought, oh, well, this will turn them into a top 15 defense. Now hang out somewhere in the low 20s and I would have been fine. But where you're just sitting here and you're just like, you look at the other defenses that are down there at the bottom where they're at, you're just like, that's so embarrassing. Like you have too much invested to be hanging around down there. So
this defense
is so crazy.
This defense is on pace to be worse than the 1-15 Cowboys in 1989. They're from a turnover standpoint. Like this.
Wow.
Yeah. The one that really bothers me or annoys me is just how any quarterback that goes out there, you don't even have to have played. There's a part of me that just man, I wish they would have got the Colts on the back end of this. Let's just see what old Phillip Rivers and his 10 kids can do to this defense in a game. I mean, honestly, he probably would have diced them up. He probably would have been. Colts play the Cowboys towards the end of the season. Rivers might be coming back next year as their starter. I mean, he would have looked so damn good.
After we get back from break, I want to expand on what I mean, John, when I ask you the process, because we don't have time to make the same mistake again.
We don't.
So let's talk about, well, first of all, Brunt, you guys see the hat, you guys saw the shoes. Thank you, Brunt. Let's talk about Sleeper. We got 500 people in here on the way to 6. Skywalker Still, Law Nation, John Machota. This is a smoker. Get ready.
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using the code HMA. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
Yeah, download.
Hey, guys, make sure you guys type in HMA when you guys use Sleeper. It helps us out a lot. We see the super chats. We're going to get to them. Hey, this is a banger already. And now I want to start asking some questions. And what I mean by that
Real
is
quick,
this.
I'm all right. I got to get out of the chat. All right,
Just get out of the chat, John.
I'm telling you,
don't.
like, there's just, I don't care what happened in Chicago. It's way different when you're the head coach and then you just have to focus on the defense. It's way different. There's so much more that's on your plate when you're the head coach. Not to mention that it's, you know, it's a dysfunctional organization. It has been in Chicago. It looks like they have it right. They also have a lot of things that went their way. We could be watching Washington season from last year. So we're also going to want to see that play out more. But at the same time, I don't care what my defensive coordinator did as a head coach. We've seen that not work out. And again, nobody was getting Matt Eberflus because they're like, well, Cowboys got Matt Eberflus top 5 defense this year. No. It was never going to be like that. But I don't care what happened in Chicago as him as the head coach. Like that's a totally different thing.
Yeah. We was hoping for like a Wade Phillips type of moment. You know, he goes to a team whereas he elevates the defense because that's his caveat. We was thinking that we was going to get at least the Indianapolis Colts defense, but we didn't get that either. So, yeah, I get.
I mean,
exactly
you want Wade as the coach again, as the head coach? I'm not. I mean, if he was of age, you know, I would be fine with him as a DC, but he's not the guy to be your head coach.
Facts.
I don't really want Steve Spagnuolo as my head coach. I know who's the #1 guy that I'm thinking of because I have some expertise in this area. You know who I'd love to see be the Cowboys DC that I don't want any part of being the head coach because I saw it. And I'm not saying he was bad, but I don't need him as being a head is Jim Schwartz.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's my go-to right there. I said if the Cowboys hire Jim Schwartz as the defensive coordinator, we go into the Super Bowl. And I know you don't want to hear that, but
would you want him over if you get Flores though? Because
I would want Jim Schwartz over Flores.
Okay.
Yeah. Because of the longevity, the stay. And I know it's hard to measure because he had Myles Garrett over there, but I just look at this man's defense and it's always ranked top 5.
I just love the Flores mixing stuff up, constantly bringing pressure. It's just so much of the stuff that this defense hasn't been that it's just like that's the type of thing where, and Schwartz too, where you're like, okay, I don't need a major upgrade in personnel because we'll have some advantages on Sunday on just the way things will be schemed up. And I haven't felt that this year at all.
Yeah. I'll be happy with either, but I definitely would love Flores.
I want you guys to watch Indiana's defense and watch Brian Haynes throughout the playoffs. We'll chat in the chat.
I haven't put a lot into that just because I do really believe that it will be someone who has previous head coaching experience. Because there's so many options that fit that, like Schwartz, like Flores. If it was Raheem Morris, Jonathan Gannon. I'm not saying to do this, but a name like Matt Patricia. I'm not saying to do that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if Ohio State won the national championship, he's their DC. He's had head coaching experience. I don't think that he would be the guy, but I'm just saying that type of group.
Hey, you say that, John. You say that. Him and Flores come from the same tree. That New England, and I know there's people who would,
I just don't
laugh at it.
The way Patricia went in Detroit as the head coach of I'm going to be Bill.
Yeah,
but you know what?
Kind of like Matt Eberflus. We're going to do it my way. That doesn't work for today's guys. Also, by the way, we could coach Ohio State's defense, and they'd probably be pretty decent this year. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, especially with all those 5-stars.
Amazing. Loaded.
Yeah. That's why
you going to that
Indiana.
Game? No, but one thing I will say is that I do like the fact that if you get a coach who fresh out of college, he knows all of the people. And that's what happened with Jimmy Johnson way back in the day.
And then, Law, you're going to need somebody who can make guys who aren't that great good. Like you're like can instill. That's
Big
the thing I like about Indiana. Like they didn't have the number one recruiting class, bro. They got a few small babies out there at corner, but they're playing it well. They're playing with confidence. You guys just told me for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, we had everybody on the back end not playing well. We need to bring in a coach who can instill some confidence in these guys. Like DB, especially that position, all of these guys have lost their swag, bro. All of them. The DB coach, I don't even know his name. He got to go too. Like,
Overstreet.
They're not going to keep any. The whole staff is gone because it's Flus's guys.
These are all Bear guys.
Yeah, they're all Flus's guys.
So, now we can segue. Now we can really segue to what my thinking, right? This next year, you guys are saying, I just want to, no wrong answer here. You guys are saying bring in, coach who's been in the league. Do we want a DC who is allowed to choose the players he wants? And the reason why I'm asking y'all this is because Will's in charge of pro personnel, right?
Right.
So he's in charge of going to get the groceries. Y'all know the groceries that we went to go get this year. Jack Sanborn, Kenneth Murray, Kyer Elam. Those are bad groceries, bro.
That ain't
I heard it's more like Uber Eats.
That's what we
go,
need.
Go ahead and give the theory.
That's the problem. Who is it? We need it less.
Break it down to him, Scott. Let them know what it's like, man.
That's how I know I've been watching for the last number of years.
Yeah.
That's the problem. As y'all sitting here talking about DCs, I'm just sitting here just chuckling because it's so much deeper than that. It goes beyond that.
I don't think it's Jerry. Jerry ain't watching no film. He don't know nobody's name, bro.
Well, if you say it's just Jerry, then we might as well just stop doing the podcast because there's really nothing's going to change there.
Right.
I do not think it's Jerry, bro.
We're trying to sell hope here, Sky.
Whoa, I'm sorry. I am not in the selling hope business. I tell my fans that all the time. I'm in the keeping it a buck business and keeping it a buck
over here, though.
Oh, we know.
Yeah, but the problem is that ain't Will. The drafts ain't been great either. They've been okay.
The entire 2023 class is gone, right?
And and you would have needed that class to hit now, Law.
Outside of Overshow.
The issue. You know what I'm saying? Like those drafts where who was the defensive end we drafted from San Jose State? I can't remember that. I'm a draft guy. You needed those guys to be good in 2025.
Fihoko.
Bad grocery.
Oh, yeah. Billy Fihoko.
Yeah, I think that was his name. Fihoko.
That was
related to
Dan
somebody.
Quinn really liked a lot. So.
Yeah.
He's the one that really went to bat for him. So I think that was,
my point
and obviously
is,
Dan was rolling at that time, so they're going to listen to him. So to answer your question, I do think that they will listen to that DC, but that DC is going to have to say, whether it's Brian Flores, whoever, they're going to have to obviously share a plan for what they have for Quinnen Williams, Azaraku, Osa. Certainly sounds like from what Steven said the other day, you're going to have to factor in Kenny Clark. Like there are some pieces that aren't going anywhere. I think the biggest imprint that new DC can make will be on that back 7.
And another thing that we got to contextualize with the new DC, he got to do the inventory of what we already have. Like for sure, Mears Live-File might be a nice piece, but we don't know because he pretty much didn't play this season. So the Cowboys' order of operation, they got to hire the DC, make sure that he combed through who can still actually play, and then go into this free agency, and then go into the draft. But the Cowboys work, excuse my French, ass backwards. They probably let all of the free agency dry up, and then they probably look into, okay, let's bring in this defensive coordinator. And they
you go through your list again, Law. I want to do something real quick. Go through your list again because I want to stop you where I think we need it. Because I'm trying to make a point here, where we can't make the same mistakes. So go through your order of operation.
First and foremost, they need to hire the DC. To comb through the players that we already have on this team, right? To see who can stay and who cannot. Look at any salvageable tape, and then from there they go into free agency, and they pick around, and then from free agency you go into the draft. You don't go into the draft on an empty stomach. Now your Cowboys go to the draft on an empty stomach. Put something on the stomach. That's what I'm saying.
This is my opinion, right? I think you're right, Law Nation. The great Law Nation. You are right. But who is making these decisions and who is watching the tape? Because whoever watched the tape of Kenneth Murray, We are all John. Everybody's quiet.
That's Matt Eberflus. We already
Okay, go ahead. All right, John. This is a good one. This is a banger.
We have so much information presented to us now, and we're still acting like it's week 1 where we don't know. Kenneth Murray is Matt Eberflus's guy. What are we doing? This is so obvious now. And there's no gray area. There's no speculating. Also, just because we are being super negative, let me just say this. If you tell me they hired the right DC and you tell me Dak Prescott stays healthy, the Cowboys will be in the playoffs next year.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
You factor in the schedule, a second year with Schottenheimer and all that. So I just don't want people to think that we're being so negative that we're just like, yeah, this is going to be like a 3-win team there, whatever. Now they have to get the DC hire right. But I'm saying, I do think the impact of that, you have a guy that is somebody who can scheme up things that other teams aren't expecting. All the players know the scheme, all that stuff. I can easily see them being a middle of the pack defense next year. I mean, I literally saw Dan Quinn do it. So,
as I was alluding to earlier, Matt, the problem is deeper than that. Because sure, we can do this whole hire former head coach DC, try to get him to Band-Aid up this thing, and then next thing you know, whenever he has a down year or a good year, he's moving on, and we're snapping different philosophies. Players don't match. Foots is asking who is making these personnel decisions. Why is Will bringing in Sanborn? Well, that's because the coordinator needs to bring. The problem is you don't have a philosophy that you can stick to. That way, when you have turnover from a defensive coordinator moving on because he got hired to be a head coach or you fired him, you can stick with the same type of personnel or similar system. That has been the main culprit for the last 15 years, is when I'm going back to Rob Ryan, is that they don't stick to a philosophy. And I was thinking about this the other day. I look at, I'm thinking of offensive head coaches, offensive guys and it's 2 that come to mind right now, Shanahan and McVay. Shanahan, people don't notice the defense that the Niners run is Shanahan's defense. Probably like, what the hell are you talking about? He has a specific type of defense he wants to run that he believes matches his offense. So if you go look at the guys he hires, the reason why they don't have to switch up all these crazy personnels and these crazy 3-4-4-3 over is because it's the same thing. Go look at McVay. It's the same thing. He's had like 3 or 4 defensive coordinators. But if you go look at it, he's not switching philosophies. The same philosophy remains. So they're able to, just like with Stephen Jones, they went out and spent all this money on the Rams and they won their Super Bowl. But guess what's about to happen to them? Nothing happened, Stephen, because they didn't have to switch up who they were. They could just go into the draft and do the same thing. They can go spend a couple dollars on free agency if they needed to. They have a philosophy and how they want to work. The Cowboys don't do that on that side of the ball. And that's why you see so much mismatch with personnel. And then when you look at Baltimore's another team that does the same thing. They've went through about 4 coordinators over the last decade or whatever, between Wink and McDonald but they have not changed who they are from a philosophical standpoint, the foundation of who they want to be, so they can draft these guys, they can sign these guys, and they can fit. And if it doesn't work out, cool. We don't have to change an entire scheme. We're just changing that one piece to make this puzzle fit. The Cowboys have not done that. They need to settle on that so that if this DC doesn't work out, we can bring in a DC that is of that ilk that can work in this philosophy. If they can stick to that, which usually means you need a GM that's going to be around, et cetera, then I think you can solve some of these snap problems. If not, we're just going to be going through 3 years from now, going to be another 12th defensive coordinator in the last 8 years or whatever it may be. Until they do that, in my opinion, we're just going to be hoping and praying whatever DC that comes in, we can, goddamn it, I hope we win the Super Bowl in the next year or 2 or maybe 3, because if not, he's gone. That guy's gone, and we're going to be repeating the same cycle. So that's what I was trying to get at earlier. You ask Foots who's making the decisions. It starts with Jerry, because Jerry refuses to settle on a philosophy or maybe hire a general manager that would do that. So I'm sorry.
Philosophy is definitely, I agree with you. That's part of it. The other part of it is too, is that, I mean, on the defensive side of the ball, they just haven't drafted well either. And I don't think
that's where I'm like,
and the reason I'm saying this is because Mozzie Smith's not good in any system. Viliama Foco's not good in any system. Jabril Cox, Kelvin Joseph, Sam Williams, like all these guys.
And Will
we have
fought
one
for
Nation
Mozzie.
Wright. Like,
Will did.
They're now I know, but I don't know if it's just Will. I do think they do lean on the coaches a lot on
Right.
these picks. So,
but you're not wrong in that sense. But you just named 3 different regimes. Last 6
but I mean,
years.
let's be realistic. How who's really keeping the regimes together for a long period of time? Do you want Mike McCarthy still here right now?
All right, let me change them. You name 3 different philosophies. Okay,
but I'm just no. I'm just naming players that
and
I
I'll
don't
go
think
to
are going to be good in any system.
Philly is another program that does that. They did it at first with Jim Johnson and them boys, and they kept McDermott, and they kept the same philosophy. Then it shifted more to a 3-4 hybrid look, and we talked about this last week, Law. The reason why you were able to drop Vic Fangio in there because Vic Fangio's system was being run when he wasn't even a DC.
Damn.
We'll just agree to disagree because you can have Vic and everything that they're running there, clown head coach yelling at fans and stuff like that. Give me Howie.
Philly.
100%.
But that goes back to what I was saying, right?
Philly had a bad defense.
They have a philosophy. They have a general man.
Yeah, Howie gets great players. That's their philosophy.
But dude, he gets great players that fit in what they want to do. So look.
Go ahead.
You cannot possibly keep doing this and expect to have consistent good defense. Like, yeah, you might have a one-off where your defense has a bad year, like in Philly the other year or whatever, but they're able to bounce right back because it's philosophical. You might have a one-off like the Rams. All right, yeah, we're starting over for 1 year, but they can bounce right back because they don't have to keep switching up who they are. And then when it doesn't work out, guess what? You drafted this player to be a nose tackle who doesn't fit in the up front. And I'm not saying Mozzie, that's the easy one. Mozzie is Mozzie. But there's many players that are like that. So it really does go back to that. You have to have that as a foundation. So when you do F up, you know how to fix it faster.
And I think that's
one way.
I'm
I'm just saying that to me.
Yeah.
Give me the guy that can find the best players because as much as I give Dan Quinn credit, and they obviously were really good, you can have Dan Quinn if I got to pick between I get 3 years of Dan Quinn or Micah Parsons. Like it's not even close to me. So give me the players every day. And Micah Parsons is good in every scheme. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I think that the main problems is, of course, our GM, but we do a great job.
It does always come back to that a lot.
You go back to that part. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I think we do a great job of accumulating
that's
talent.
Why I just I don't want to just complain about Jerry's never gonna, unless he dies, he's never gonna change himself. I don't know why
love you said on last.
Bro,
he might live forever.
I don't care what nobody says. When you
live 1,000 years over here.
When you really start looking at these drafts, I don't know. I mean, I get it. I'm with the philosophy thing 1,000%. But
no, but to Sky's point, the changes in philosophy have probably impacted who they've drafted.
The changes in philosophy is part of it because it comes from above the GM. But here's one of the points that I want to make is the fact that I think that we do accumulate talent, but the other back end of it, we don't marry the talent that we accumulate. We say we build through the draft, but we really don't focus in on free agency. And then the other part of the issue with the Cowboys is sense of urgency. Like, even if we went to, I know Matt Eberflus was Matt Eberflusing, but even if we just had a more of a sense of urgency with our moves, like going to get a Quentin Williams earlier, or identify that Clark is not good or Murray is not good, I meant to say. So those are the issues with the Cowboys. We just move too slow and we hold on to players too long and get nothing back in return. But go ahead, y'all.
Yeah, I mean, bro, I hear y'all. 2022, Sam Williams, Jalen Tolbert, Matt Waletzko, Deron Bland, Damone Clark, Devin Harper, and Tyler Smith. That was your draft class. Like, that's not bad, but Jalen Tolbert won't be on the team next year. Sam Williams has been not good. So I don't care what philosophy you run. Sam Williams hasn't been good. It was a miss, right? Right or wrong?
Andrews came around.
You just told me about 2023. I'm getting now to, hey, bro, we give Will a lot of flowers. Some of these drafts looking kind of corky, dog. And then you want to talk about philosophy? Listen, we're so offensive minded. It's almost like they just said, hey, man, one person's going to run the offense, one person's going to run the defense. That's instead of it being a team. I'm
talking about.
No, hey, you mentioned that Waletzko thing, man. I'll tell you, that's one of those things that's not talked about enough. I feel like under Mike McCarthy, like they had some real success in Green Bay, in those middle rounds finding offensive linemen. And for them not to hit at all on Asim Richards, Josh Ball, or Matt Waletzko during that time, I guarantee you that surprises Mike McCarthy. And I'm not saying that one turns into like this awesome, like he's Lane Johnson or Jordan Mailata, but like to be a guy that you're like, hey, this guy's real solid. We have him, whatever. Like for none of them to hit.
Philbin did coach up some decent lines there. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But I mean, bro,
I think the only one that hit was Tyler Bigodish back in the days.
Biotish, yeah.
McGovern was McGovern too.
You have
McGovern
one
good, too.
almost. You had listen to this, guys. You have one almost player from that 2023 class in Overshown. We've seen the good, but he's been hurt, so you can't really say like it's all a bunch of hope. We have to live in reality from the 2023 class, and in 2024, it's looking the same way. Even with as much as I love Tyler Guyton, he could not finish this year. All right, there's already more talk about drafting a tackle.
I'm going in this free agent, man, and getting me a left tackle.
The drafts are really starting. If you really peel back the curtain,
welcome to the party, Foots. Welcome to the party, brother.
No, hold on. Right. We're not at the same party. We're not at the same party because
draft Foots mad now.
Well, the thing
I just forgot about it.
I don't subscribe to because I would have drafted a corner this year, especially like as I'm happy about Tyler Booker, all that, but I saw the writing on the wall, and we historically it's like, man, yeah. Get this offense right. When we get in trouble, let's just draft a lineman. But it's like, bro, I've been screaming out. My thing, huh?
I said, welcome to the party.
Well, I don't think it's I think the pedigree, and we're not keeping up with the times either, guys. If we're being honest, go look at the Texans and where they've put their resources at. It's in the secondary. It's on the defense. They let go of Laramie Tunsil. Do the Texans have some amazing philosophy? Probably not. But guess what? They got a defensive-minded head coach. No, they have a defensive mind. They don't have the brilliance to have a philosophy.
DeMeco Ryans has brought the structure and philosophy.
No, he's brought the structure, but that's one man. You're talking about years. He just brought DeMeco Ryans. No, it's one man, but guess what? They also said they had a bad offensive line. Listen before you cut me off. They had a bad offensive line. And they also said, we got a bad offensive line. We're going to let Bobby Slowick go. We're going to let Laramie Tunsil go. We're good. But we are going to draft Jalen Petrie. We are going to draft a number 3 corner overall. We are going to draft. You see what I'm saying? We're going to go get Daniil Hunter.
DeMeco Ryans did that.
No, I know. Sky, that's the coach. You're saying philosophy as far as like, this is what they all run. Listen, bro. Listen.
Round 1.
What I'm telling you is this team, when they get in trouble, offensive lineman.
You done?
I'm not. When we get in trouble, defensive end. When we get in trouble, when they get in trouble, they like, man, we're gonna get the safety, Kamari Lassiter. They hit on their 3rd round DB, and now they're playing good defense.
And general manager.
You can't give you give this defensive coordinator next year, these guys, trash. I'm telling you now, we're gonna be having the same conversation. Terrible. Who's giving them these groceries? Trash, terrible, bad groceries. Trash, terrible, bad groceries. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you.
What was the Dak Prescott update, by the way?
Oh, you done?
I'm done. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You don't think DeMeco Ryans didn't come in there and change that entire structure of that organization? You think DeMeco Ryans is just a puppet head coach? DeMeco Ryans went in there and changed everything about that. A puppet head coach? What are you talking about?
But you love him.
As an offensive guy, I never said Schottenheimer was going to be a guy that was going to change the culture of the Cowboys. You ain't been listening. And you
never said that Schotty was going to change the culture of the Cowboys.
No. Anybody that's watched my shows, no, I did not say that. I said there are 2 cultures in this Cowboys organization. There is the organizational culture, and there's the locker room. Schotty's trying to change and make the locker room culture XYZ. He ain't got the guns on the walls or whatever to change the organizational culture with Jerry Jones up there and Steven. So you wrong.
What are we doing? We're never going to be great then because we're just going to be sorry forever. That's what this boils down to.
No.
I
got my hopiums over here.
It's always going to just lean back to, man, like whoever drafted Mozzie Smith, they need to be held accountable. That's what I'm saying.
No. Mozzie Smith, old news. All that's old news. We were a defensive coordinator away, man, for being in the postseason this year, just like what John alluded to. If we just had a structure. Now, granted, we shot our shot with Matt Eberflus and missed.
Lately? You were not a defensive coordinator away from being and not making a run. You were not. You were not.
Can I go back to the whole
these guys
walking
ain't
to
good.
Hold on.
About Donovan Wilson.
Who on the
years.
Vikings team that's a household name? You get what I'm
I knew
saying?
he was gonna go to that, bro. He's been
you
there for
know,
3
he's
years.
his defensive
He's
coordinator.
been there for 3 years.
So his first year was Flores there. He was pretty good with, wasn't he?
Yes, they were 13th in scoring defense.
Yeah. So that's what we all saying is like, I'm not finna wave the white flag over here, but what I'm saying is that we just need a damn defensive coordinator, man. And I think whatever happened to Matt Eberflus,
but you need good players, Law.
True.
I've been trying to draft this team a safety for how many years? Offensive line, tackle, guard.
I thought that when he said about the household names, like, well, number one would be Harrison Smith. And Cowboys haven't had that. He is such a big part of why it works.
36 years old and he playing.
We looked at Buda Baker, was like, oh, he's too small. He doesn't meet our whatchamacallit. It's like that stuff is dumb. And who's responsible for that? Who's passing on Who's passing on Will Johnson for Tyler Booker? I love Tyler Booker.
Wait.
Corner is much more important than a left guard, bro. It is.
Wait.
Is corner not more important than a left guard?
I think Tyler Booker was better than Will Johnson this season, in my opinion.
But
as far
in
as
the
what we
long
drafted
run,
him for.
would you rather have a lockdown corner or a good left guard?
Man,
I'll wait.
But you're very emotional right now, and I understand.
No, I'm not emotional.
No,
wait.
Good debate.
Will Johnson went in the second
There
round.
are a
Didn't
lot
he?
of emotions on this show today.
But you just talked about safety, Foots. Dave almost got Dave was safety well before Will McClay. So you keep getting mad that it goes back to that, but I'm sorry. It goes back to that. Will McClay is nothing but an Uber Eats driver that is being told what to shop for, whether it's draft or whether it's free agency. And the reason why I said welcome to the party, pal, is because for years I have been saying, hey, everybody thinks the Cowboys draft good, and to an extent, sure. But they have to draft better because they don't participate in other realms of team building. Yeah. So when you talk about these misses, the reason why it hits so hard is because you don't allow yourself room for error in free agency, in trades. You make trades based off of emotions. You make trades based off of feelings. You ain't making trades based off of team building. In free agency, you damn sure ain't partaking in that like these serious organizations. So you're right. And that's why I said, welcome to the party. We do got to draft better. And you really didn't even talk about the worst part of the drafting, the damn defense.
Yeah.
Like the defensive drafting over the last half decade has been god awful. And from a totality standpoint, you might say, oh, all pro with Duran and all pro with Diggs the year or whatever. But from a totality standpoint, you saved Mike Parsons saved your ass, really.
He did.
He really saved your ass. So I'm with you.
But
I agree. We got to draft better because
we do have to draft better.
Free agency.
Scott, let me add this in, and Foots, let me put this into this perspective. Like the 49ers, my brother's a diehard 49ers fan, and they drafted a kid named Javon Kinlaw. He was considered a bust. He was washed up. He was terrible. The difference is between the 49ers and the Cowboys is that we drafted a Mozzie guy, right? And they're equaling just the same. But the 49ers don't hold on to that. They immediately went into free agency and paired up Javon Kinlaw with Hargraves or somebody else, Armstead or whoever, to alleviate that. But what the Cowboys tend to do is we will hold on to that pain forever, right? And we continue to talk about it and don't move on. See, other teams draft terribly. Other teams make terrible decisions, but they don't stay there. They move on. The Cowboys somehow just stay there. We hold on to these guys for too long, man.
You know why, though? Because you're the guy who is ultimately in charge does not want to look like he has egg on his face. Like we talked about this before. Bryce Huff signed to a big contract. Trash, cut. We're not playing. We're not playing games here. Yeah. We're moving forward. We're moving on. You couldn't. It took how many years? You was there, John. 3.5 years for Tristan Hill. You knew it. It didn't take long to see what Tristan.
My argument for that is
another miss.
My argument for that has always been, give me the one example. You should have to give me 5 or 6, but give me one example of a player that you hung on like that, who didn't show you anything the first couple of years, that by year 3 or 4 started, you're like, whoa, good thing we didn't get rid of that guy. I'll wait.
Give you one example of say this again. I'm a little confused.
A player that didn't show you anything early on that you drafted, that by year 3 or 4, because Jerry always acts like you got to give these guys 3-4 years. He'll say it all the time, and I'll just be like,
I would say
player that we didn't
Dorrance
see at least
Armstrong. Dorrance Armstrong was the one
I
guy.
guarantee you there was at least some flashes. And also, by the way, like I think Dorrance is fine, but I don't think of Dorrance as like, man, if they had Dorrance right now, this defense would
right.
He's fine.
See, that's I guess Matt Eberflus needs to be fired.
Facts.
But like even DeRon Bland, we got blinded by interceptions. Good.
Jeff Heath. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
This is where I'm at, right? Because it was the same thing.
D-Law wrong.
And these same people who were saying
he had that monster sack against Stafford in the playoff game. D-Law absolutely showed flat. I'm talking about these guys like Mozzie, where you know from day one, where you're just like, yeah, there's nothing here, guys. What are we doing? That's who I'm talking about. I just want something. Again, you guys got to remember, my bar is extremely low. I need to see something. I never saw anything from Mozzie. I never saw anything from Tristan Hill. Those are the guys I'm talking about.
Well, and even like, all right, so
right when he was here.
People would say,
yeah, Wright's fine. I mean, I don't.
No, I'm saying, I'm granted, like, why we held on to him. Like, granted, he's playing well over there. It's fine, but it didn't work for you here.
Terrible here, bro.
Right.
I think he had some splash plays. He blocked that punt, but he absolutely touched it. Y'all remember that? You know,
he looked better, but he was getting toe up. Here's where I'm at. Right, cool. So we drafted Tyler Buckner. People are gonna say, yeah, you know, man, great job. You want to run the ball more, and then when it's time to run the ball. But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. My point is this:
Mo Claiborne. What?
I watched.
Yeah, I think I'm confused on what you're saying, John. But
I watched. To
what
me,
is his flash? Sorry.
What?
Mo Claiborne. What was Mo Claiborne's pinnacle? When did he show that he had more juice than we saw?
I think the problem was with Mo Claiborne is Dez Bryant in training camp in Oxnard. I think he took the guy's spirit away from him, and he never played with confidence. And he had a whole bunch of injuries. That's what happened to Mo Claiborne, in my opinion. You know,
so
he was good coming out of LSU.
This is the same thing that happened when people said I was crazy for hating on Diggs, and now we're here now. This is where I'm at. I'm looking at this draft and this offseason monumental, because we can say all this stuff. To me, we on borrowed time with the quarterback before we have to do a true reset. Because he was healthy this year, that's not guaranteed next year. And that's what I'm saying. This process has to be right, or what are we doing this for? What are we even covering the team for? Is just wait till Jerry passes away, then we'll be better? I don't know, because Steven's going to take over. I mean, if we want to have these conversations, we need to have a real conversation.
To Sky's point, though, I can see.
I had the real conversation.
No, what Sky was saying
the real conversation.
So the real conversation to you is just the philosophy. That's the only
Miles
issue.
Austin. What was Miles Austin? When did we ever think that he wasn't going to be anything? Like, he's a surprise. You got anything from?
Because
sorry, I'm in the chat. My bad.
Real quick.
This guy's point.
Go ahead.
This guy's point. What I was going to say.
I really don't understand.
All right, made my point.
No, this guy's point, because you brought up the Steven thing. I do think that there will be more of what Sky said under Steven. Steven will not feel like he has to be. I mean, if you think that they're the same, you have no idea how involved Jerry is. Like, you think you have no idea. There's so much stuff that Steven won't even get. Well, if you think Steven doing radio interviews twice a week is the same as Jerry, if you think Steven coming out of the locker room is doing the same, it's not even in the same ballpark.
But John, let me ask you this: Do you think Jerry's watching film? If he is, I'll shut up.
No.
But I'm talking to Sky's point. I can literally see this. I've said this before. I don't have any problem with them hiring Brian Schottenheimer. I think it's fine. But Steven is running this thing. I do believe it would have been Mike Vrabel, and he's letting Vrabel do his thing.
Foots. You remember way before Schottenheimer was hired, we was doing this, and John was saying that Steven was really high on Mike Vrabel.
They're friends. They've been friends for a while.
I think that you was saying
he trusts him. He's obviously won at other places. I'm telling you, he would have been the guy, and he would stay out of his way and would have let him hire his own DC and do stuff like that. There's a lot of things you can blame Steven for on the quotes on the 30-year drought and all that stuff like that. I'm telling you, he's not going to be as involved in Jerry. He won't. Jerry feels like he has to. It's like for Jerry's ego.
I'm going to be honest with you, John. That is, I don't know if people are going to clip this, but I've heard many people speak like that. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
So that is I'm glad to hear that. I don't know if I believe it just quite yet, but that's music to my ears. Not saying
there's ego that comes with Jerry that I don't see in Steven. I mean, there's ego that comes with Jerry that's on such an elite level. That's why he's so successful as a businessman, is because of that. Like, there's a lot of things about Jerry that make me understand why he was so successful and has been in his life. But then there's a lot of things, like, let's be honest, look at when they were winning. Obviously, it was early on when he first bought the team. There was different things that he was probably doing then. Now he's just not the same thing anymore.
Right.
Where I don't feel like it's just not natural. And I hate to bring it to this thing because I really don't want to go down this path, but it is such a comp that I think about all the time. It really is like the Trump family. Like, you really think the next Trump coming up is going to be like Donald? There's no way that person can be that way. It's a one-of-one situation. Right. There's no way just because you're the next person in line that you can be that exact same way.
I was about to say, see, this is.
You're right. I like that philosophy.
I think I kind of see, bro. I've seen so many people give Stephen hell. Now it seems like I don't know, bro.
Well, it's because he goes on the radio.
It's just the hands-on. He's not going to be that.
He says stuff about the pie, and that pisses people off.
Because he is he. Now that's real. That's the thing he'd have to step back from, that damn pie.
That damn pie.
Leave that damn pie alone. Let somebody else deal with it.
I'm looking at it strictly from players. We have to get better players in here, guys. That's just where I'm at with it. Like,
sure. But when
whoever is deciding who plays these positions, who's doing that? It's not good enough.
But when you have the real conversation, I think the real conversation is above them. If we want to have a surface level conversation, yes, then it's about hiring a defensive coordinator and getting the right players and things like that and yada yada. Absolutely, and that's why I said if you're not going to change what is rotting you from below, then you gotta hope like hell that some type of storm comes for a year or two where the rot doesn't get to the top and you can win that Super Bowl in that time frame. If not, brother, we're just going to continue to repeat the cycle. And I'm tired of repeating the cycle. So if you want to talk about the real issue, I've done it. People in my chat, I've talked about this for about 5 years that this needs to change. And if it doesn't, and it hasn't, right? I said, okay, wipe my hands. Let's do what Foots is saying. How can we band-aid this thing to win a Super Bowl? Like that's it. But the real issue is that issue, Foots. And my bad if that feels like it's low-hanging fruit, but it's real.
I'm not even. My issue isn't really with you guys. It's really just like I'm really looking at the players, especially the drafts. Terrible. And then now the free agency that you did participate in, terrible. Regardless of who,
always do that. Yeah.
Regardless of who was in charge of it, it's terrible. Like,
right.
Still, hold on,
but they didn't fire the guy. We can get on Will. That's fine. I don't give a damn. But the guy that hires him to draft, because you said that's him, they ain't firing him.
I know. I'm with you. But listen, this is what I'm telling you. And I just asked John. That's why I'm trying to set this up here. John, is Jerry watching film?
No.
So somebody's telling Jerry who's good and who's not.
Absolutely.
Who are those guys?
But Jerry also operates off of a hunt.
Whoever told him that Simi Fayoko was good? No. Whoever told him, bro, like, even I was wrong. Fire me. Like, you have a job to do, bro. Mozzie, no. And there has been times that we've listened to interviews.
That guy around?
Hold on, listen. There's been time we've watched
listen at me, Foots. You've been cutting niggas off all day. Stop.
Hold on, no, listen, bro. I'm telling you, listen, because you've been cutting me off. We watched Will McClay defend Mozzie. Hey,
right.
Gonna come whoop. And boom, he hasn't been good enough.
So fire him.
I would love to get somebody else.
Who's in charge of firing them, Foots?
Yeah.
All right. Mic drop.
Bro, everything with you is just blame Jerry. That's why I keep saying if it's just gonna be
I'm gonna start blaming Alex Loomis. Alex Loomis.
I'm blaming the person that is responsible for this, and you don't like to hear it.
No, bro. Everything with you is gonna be forever the front office. It's bad. Let's talk about it, bro. I get it. That's cool.
Years, Foot.
Okay, go be an Eagles fan. Yeah, I'm not gonna be an Eagles fan. I'm trying to figure it out.
Get the fuck out of here.
Go be an Eagles fan. You personally, I'm not mad. I'm keeping it real.
Keeping it a buck, and you are.
I'm not mad. I'm not going to.
In this front office, because you think it just stops there. The buck don't stop there.
No, I'm actually reading you. I'm reading you. No. You gotta keep the debate.
Rainbows and Skittles and homerism like you.
No, it's not homerism. Keep it. Okay, keep it what it is.
I told you that. You're one of the most friendliest and fun, cool homers I know. But I'm keeping it a buck.
Okay, and you just said all that. That's great. But at the end of the day, guess what? In 2023, you drafted Jalen Brooks, Deuce Vaughn, same Deuce Vaughn. Everybody did videos about. Isn't on the team. Isn't good. Eric Scott, Austin Richards. Hey, he could have been your swing tackle. He's not good enough. Viliami Fehoko, I don't even know if he's playing in the XFL. DeMarvion Overshown, he's been hurt throughout. He's Guess he's coming along, and Mozzie Smith. Who's responsible for that? Is it G Jolly Foots? Is it Skittles Foots? No, it's not. Who did that? Because I just asked John who was watching film on those guys. None of those guys hit. So who did that? Sky? Who? Steven?
Fire him is what I'm
asking
saying.
You who did it? Tell me who did it. Tell me.
The guy that you are giving smoke to, like I said, that's fine to do it.
Rich
but why
B.
are they keeping that guy around if they've been drafting terrible for the last 5 years?
I'm just asking you a question. And you went to Jerry and Steven
because they're not getting rid of what you believe you about what is the problem. What do you do when you have a problem for 5 years?
Move on.
Who's responsible for making that decision?
But bro, this is what I'm telling you.
Simple.
But hold on. Time out. He hasn't gotten any smoke. So now I'm bringing it to Will.
Yes,
you can't cuss me out. Don't get mad at me. I ain't cursed you.
Will McClay.
Yes, he has.
So we said that Will McClay is the ultimate.
Will. What smoke has he gotten?
Brother, you just got filters on if you don't think that Will McClay is not getting smoke for these drafts.
Yeah, he getting smoke.
You got filters on, bro.
Will McClay
I heard you say one thing about Will McClay. It's always Steven and Jerry with y'all. And it's like, bro, if that's the case, why are we covering the team? They're not going anywhere. It'll probably be their little grandsons covering the team.
I'm a grown man. I love this team and covering the team and giving the real. I'm not covering the team to sell hope. That's not what I'm here covering the team for, Foots.
But people look to you for hope, though, Scott. So they're gonna look to you.
No, people don't come to me for hope.
To be excited about the team.
No. People don't come for me to hope. People come to me because I keep it real. And sometimes
why? What have I not kept it real about? Well, all y'all was saying that Diggs can still play. What did I say? He stinks. You fought me on that. You don't keep up with your battles. I do. Keep up with your battles. I do.
What
you
battle?
told me this summer, Foots. Why are you mad? Why do you have so much smoke for this, that, and the third? And then boom, Diggs is off the team. So was I right or wrong there?
You right on Foot or on Diggs about being off the team and the side things.
Act like I'm this stupid homer. No, bro.
You are a homer.
I put the work in.
You probably the biggest homer in this whole community. Foots.
How? Tell me how I'm a homer. How?
Because
I call you out for calling out Jerry and
me out, Foots.
No, I'm not even calling you out. What I'm telling you is
everything is okay with you, Foots.
And that's okay. No. You guys want to blame coaches. Just like everybody wants to. No, time out. Everybody said they wanted Brian Flores. Do you think for 1 second Brian Flores can turn these guys that we're watching into all pros? Because he can't. I promise you. Kalen Carson will not be an all pro with Brian Flores. But when somebody else says it, y'all have nothing to say. You better get better players in here, buddy. That's the truth. You better get better players in here, buddy.
No one's denying that.
Kalen Carson got ran past. You guys want to say it's cover two. Yeah, zone turns to man. Don't let the man run past you. Come on, bro. Let's really talk about it. Let's really talk about it.
All season.
Yeah.
You talked about, so you've called out Kalen Carson for being bad, or was it all Matt Eberflus?
Matt sucks. The player sucks. How many times have we said that? We literally said that from like week 4.
So it's all of them.
Yeah, Fuzz. You act like you're saying something profound here.
Yeah, it's literally Matt Eberflus, man. Problem there.
So this is what I'm gonna tell you right here, Law. This has been a banger, right? Of a show.
Right. Yeah.
Episode 82. I guarantee you, if you don't get better players in here, an episode, what's 82 plus 82? The next 82 shows, we'll be talking about the same stuff. The same stuff. Same stuff.
I don't disagree.
But I do like my guy John point though, about, when Jerry do slide away, Stephen Jones going to be less in the way.
I just don't think it's natural to be like Jerry Jones.
Yeah, it's going to be hard.
It's a one of one thing. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's why I compared it to Trump, is because it's whatever you think of him, you cannot disagree that he's not. It's a one of one thing. There's no comp to the way that person carries themselves.
Right.
I don't want
and honestly, and it's honestly a very big thing in wealth. I'm seeing it all the time right now. I'm from Detroit. Mike Ilitch, the one that really took the Tigers, and he spent a lot of money. His son, not like Mike Ilitch is still there. Tarek Skubal's not leaving Detroit. His son's in charge now. He just isn't. He doesn't operate the same way. There's differences, and that happens a lot in families. I mean, the Ford family, all the way to Henry Ford, all that. They just assume that the next person is going to be exactly like their father was, or that the son's going to be there's. That's not. Don't look at it that way. I can't even think of a comp
to look over the fact that you said that about Steven. I have not heard many people say that. Like that'll be huge if he is a step back, hire a general manager, and then that pressure under the general manager can be fired, because I think that matters.
Yeah.
Sam Steven, who I see a meme about not want to spend money.
Oh, I don't believe in it, but I don't want, if it's true, if John really believes he's going to step back and let
no, I mean it from the perspective of, he might not want to spend money, but also, like, I'll give you a good example. Like Micah Parsons would probably still be on the team, because he's not going to get in the back and forth with Micah like that to drive it to the point where it got to. They would drive the hard bargain. They wouldn't talk in the offseason or whatever. And eventually we'd be 2 weeks into camp and Steven would be like, let's just get this thing done. We need to have Mike out there. It's a new coaching staff, blah, 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 blah. He just doesn't have the same ego that Jerry does, where Jerry's like, no, I'm getting involved in this thing too. So yeah, there's going to be, I'm not saying he's going to be great. I'm not going to say that he's going to be the best. I'm just saying that there will be things that he does that will not be like Jerry. Also, he will walk out of that locker room plenty of times and be like, guys, I got nothing for you. Jerry can't do that. It's not in his DNA. He cannot walk away and not only not talk to us, but not give us something.
Something, yeah. I see what you're saying. I get to these supers, man. We got a lot of them.
Oh, and real quick, just because we never touched on the Dak Prescott thing.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody knows this stuff better than Vegas. And that line went from 5.5 to 3.5. So if you think Dak Prescott's playing the whole game, you're
probably
not
not to start.
He shouldn't. I
know, but I'm just saying, what the team has sold up to this point, I'm to tell you this, Vegas knows. And that line to be 3.5 against Jackson Dart and the boys, Dak plays that whole game. That line needs to be at least 8. Now, 3.5 tells me that they know we're going to see a lot of Joe Milton, probably even some Jaden Blue. So get excited.
Come on, Blue.
I heard about that. With the thing that bothers me too, John, as we enter in the draft season, beating the Giants, I think we will move back to like 18.
Oh my God.
Somewhere like, and that's the part where it's just like, oh, here we go again. Cause like the difference between, 14 or 13, wherever we're at, and then moving all the way back to like 20.
It's like a Derwin James possibility versus drafting an LVE. You get what I'm saying? It's like, if we just sucked a little bit more, we would have been able. Pause if necessary. If we see, I know how to make all of y'all laugh. If we just was a little bit more.
I'm good. These type of debates, I'm good. My thing
literally said this to Foots, literally the verbatim behind scenes. It just happened to be on there.
Yeah.
Well, here's where I'm at with it. We talk about the front office doing the same thing. The fans are already starting the tackle stuff, and that's where you talk about somebody who gets upset. We just watched this defense be terrible. And there's fans talking about we need a left tackle.
Are they really starting the campaign?
John, is it me? John, am I wrong there? Or come on. I mean, eyes red watching all these corners, watching all these linebackers.
I think we've done enough for one night. We fixed enough problems.
Did we?
Yeah.
I'm gonna change my name to Metal World Peace, man. Somebody already took that, didn't they?
Let's talk about the diddler. Let's talk to Diddy from jail. Christmas came late for Foots. Nah, I'm good. This has been a great show. Not shocked about Diggs. He had another grown man as his profile pic who's on another team. Too emotional.
This had me cracking up earlier.
Hey, man. Hey, the diddler, Diddy.
There is a mental thing. I remember it quickly in 2022 season, but right before he got paid, I think maybe. Remember he got burnt by Fehoko? He shut down his Twitter. I don't know if y'all remember that. He shut it down. It was because people kept playing that over and over. So there is a mental issue there.
With Diggs.
Do you remember that, John?
Not really.
Yeah, he got burnt, and people kept playing that. It was Fehoko. And
I remember him coming in training camp. My bad. I do.
Yeah.
He was walking off
for that video. He's gone now, so I can say it. Yes, I was responsible for that video. I remember. And you'll see in a lot of those videos. You know what I did on that video? I just wrote Simi Fehoko. Maybe I wrote verse Trayvon Diggs, and that was it. Because I knew. I knew putting it out there, everybody would know what to do with it. But yes, I do remember that now. You're right.
He's reading the comments, John.
Yeah.
Diggs shouldn't have read the comments.
Oh, no, he was for sure.
Yeah.
Nah, he definitely did. Oh, I don't know where Scott went. Let me see. I swear I didn't kick him out. Yeah, just so you.
He kicked you out. Guy,
That was not me.
Talked him back into it. We're like,
nah, hey, once we debate, it's all love. Sky is still my dog. I'm pretty sure this will get clipped up, but Sky's my dog. That's my boy.
I'm trying to tell y'all, we literally fought like this.
Oh, look at my African American over here.
Yeah,
he's right here.
He's right there.
Salute, fellas. Fair to judge players first off. Yeah, see.
Oh my God.
This is John, but this has been a show. See, no, this is what
his first year though.
This is where people have gotten it all wrong with this man. Like, he shouldn't have played if he was. Don't play. If you hurt, sit. If you that hurt, because you're gonna be.
I don't know. I think he felt. I'm not joking. I do think that he felt that he was legitimately ready to come back.
Yeah.
And I think what happened during the season, he started feeling some residuals. I'm not saying it came back too soon. I think he felt like he was ready, and then that led to him having to, do some rehab stuff, which then led to the TV poll.
The more I think about this, he had to play. You can't miss 23, miss most of 24, and go into 25. Be like, oh, I'm not playing. Like, bro, you got. Come on, man. We just paid you. You got to play.
Yeah.
And it says not fair to judge. Yeah, if it was only that injury, this is the third one. So, and there were like 4. So I don't know. I think it is fair to judge him. And you don't have to. You can say, well, he's been hurt, so that's why he hasn't played. Well, then I'm gonna judge him as injury prone. That's what I'll do then.
Yeah.
And Tweezy says, so we don't draft well. Bro, I don't think that. So my overarching point. I promise I won't be long, John. I know you got you don't got your hat on today, so I know you just probably had a long day.
I'm all business today.
All business. I'm gonna take my hat off too. Here we go, Antoine. It's not that we don't draft well. It's that you can't have a draft where it's Tyler Smith and everybody else, or you can't have a draft where it's DeMarvin Overshown, who's missed 2 seasons, pretty much, well, a season and a half. And
if you want to hit on these first 2 ones, and then they don't have a second and third, so the 4, 5, 6, 7 don't work out. But you hit on these 2 ones, I can live with that.
I can live with that, John. But see, John, here, you know what the problem is, John? It's the Maris Leofows who haven't panned out.
I'm not sold on. Again, when I talk about like players that show up, whatever, like I saw enough from Maris Leofau year 1 for me not to think that this is done. I saw way more from Maris Leofau first season than I ever saw from Tristan Hill, that I ever saw from Mozzie Smith. So you put in a new DC, and all of a sudden Maris looks like a quality linebacker. Would not surprise me at all.
You know what, John? That one's fair. Okay, maybe Sam Williams. You know what I mean? Like some of these picks where it's like
second round.
Yeah, the nuclear misses. Those are the ones that's like, dang. I mean, Kelvin Joseph, nuclear miss.
I think Cowboys don't compliment the draft picks that they do draft well. That's what I believe.
And my whole reason for bringing it to Will is, I guess, for me personally, I don't know if I'll ever be able to blame Jerry, because I never really gave Jerry credit. Even when they won in the 90s, I didn't give Jerry. Nobody would have given. That was Jimmy's team. I would never give Jerry credit for much other than him knowing how to make money. And a lot of that is his stick. But John,
Well, I mean, he deserves credit for Iron Jimmy.
That's fair. I guess you're right, John. Yeah, these boys. Hey, thank you for the 50. That was a
50, man. Appreciate you.
One thing about me being from DC, I'm from the DMV. I love the debate. That's just what we do all day. I don't mind.
Y'all know me. That's what I do.
You can go get the best car. First, you can go get the best car from the 500, from the Daytona 500. But if a teenager is driving it, you're not winning, coach. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with Sky at all. You're right, Eric. That's not fair. I just want to dig deeper as far as like the actual players that are on the field haven't been good enough, in my opinion. And that's probably the coaching. If Jerry was a regular GM, he would have been fired 25 years ago. Stop capping foots. All right. You're probably right, but he's not. The world isn't fair. You know what I mean? Put Law on timeout. He talking like Diddy now.
That was a crazy. Hey, Law, that was a crazy bar. Like,
that was.
That was that Biggie bar. Like, come on.
Yeah, come on, man. I always say that because we end up winning. We won too many games with Dave Campo. Man, if we just I hate to say the word again. If we sucked a little bit more,
Oh,
we would have been
man.
able to have a Michael Vick or somebody, you know.
Then
But
we come away with, oh yeah, we got
5-11,
Roy,
5-11, 5-11. We just went too many games.
Roy
sometimes.
Newman. Who else did we get? I don't think we had a pick on one of them years. So I think we came with Roy and Newman, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Law, can you give me the drop for Toxic Tom, please?
Okay, no doubt, man. What he said.
Look at my African American over here.
Appreciate you.
I wonder what John thinking that when me and Sky were arguing. Look at my
I was not thinking.
John.
that.
John,
Yeah.
I'm just trolling John.
Promise you, there's
Well,
nothing
John,
that
We
he
can
said
joke
that
with you
I've
like
ever
that, John. I promise
Hold
you
on,
we can joke like that with you.
John has said that this is kind of what he used to any damn old way, but when he's just out in the bars or whatever. So
Oh no, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Hey, John gets spicy.
John
too.
ain't had
Man,
Yeah,
y'all
man.
get spicy
John-
too,
John-
man.
Yeah,
John,
he ain't
right
scared
back.
none of this.
Hey,
You guys would not
Me
watch.
and John went at it.
Listen,
Not like this
you,
though.
You guys would not watch if it was all cuddly. And
oh
this was
man,
the,
come on with it. Yeah.
for the
yeah.
ages. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. If that's everything,
But as the hope dealer, man, I just can't wait to see, once Jerry step down and step away. And I like Jerry. Jerry, my guy. But he's doing 2 to 3 interviews a week. Man, that's going to cut that out. And then we're going to have more details and information. Maybe it work against you, John, because, y'all write the articles and everything.
I'm
But it'd
fine
be
with that.
nice.
You want to win? Maybe win multiple games in January.
Come on.
I'm good.
You rather write about that versus something with Jerry.
I mean, honestly, like my brain right now in that world, I'm already thinking about how I would write articles of, and that's why this is working. Because if Jerry was doing this right now, he would do this and this. Like I'll have all those fresh in my mind of how different.
Yes, indeed.
So,
Yes,
no, I'm
indeed.
good. I do. I mean, honestly, I'm not a Cowboys fan, but for my job, yeah, I absolutely love Jerry. But
Yeah.
I totally
It's
get
close.
why people feel the way they do
It
about
was
him.
us today.
Yeah.
oh, literally, no, hey, bro.
Imitating life.
But and
And that's me pushing buttons over there laughing. Yeah, that's
Then
short.
John's writing his article on Instagram.
Yeah.
John,
Literally.
but hey, I'm gonna tell you this though, bro. The ratings was through the roof on a Tuesday, and we we're not playing for no meaningful games.
Nothing.
Sometimes you gotta mix it up. And I like what he just. Let me see. This is a good comment. I don't read the comments much, but he said this. He said, "Never saw Footson, but at least this is what we do. Like it ain't.
I was playing.
I'm not. One thing about me, I just want the team to be good. And we literally went through another year, Law, John Skyfoots. For all time, man. Because once the quarterback isn't good, you think we arguing now? Man. Wait till we start arguing about who to draft, John.
Bro, what you talking about, man? I saw a team, man, the other night, man, the quarterback threw 0 yards and they won. And the score was crazy, man. 12-13, man. It was crazy.
Who's the guy that's in charge of putting that team together, John? You said his name earlier. I forget.
Howie.
Oh, Howie. Okay. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh my God, man, my bad, Push, man. Come on, let's get on about it.
On that note, y'all, we will see you guys on Thursday. We don't got nothing to do but talk
John,
Cowboys. So,
my name is Bennett. I ain't in it.
John's ready to click the end so
I'm ready
fast.
to click.
Hey, much love to y'all. Talk to you guys later. Peace.
Yeah.
Peace, man. Yeah.